If someone had told me 5 years ago that I'd be at my ex-husband's wedding to my ex-best friend, I probably would have laughed. Or cried. But what I couldn't have imagined was how quiet it would all feel. There was no dramatic reveal, no lipstick on his collar. It was just the slow unraveling of trust, one small detail at a time. Mark and I were married for almost 10 years. We had 2 gorgeous children, Emily and Jacob, and a life that looked perfect from the outside. We had our fights, sure, but I never questioned our foundation. We were solid, or so I thought. But the cracks started silently. Mark began working late. His phone was glued to his side, sometimes even tucked under his pillow. He'd say, "Don't overthink it, Sarah," and I wanted to believe him. The truth, even when it whispers, can shake the ground beneath your feet. Then one evening, I borrowed Mark's laptop to pay a bill. His messages were open. I wasn't snooping, but there it was. Her name, dozens no, hundreds of messages, not from a stranger, but from Lena, my best friend since childhood, the one who held my babies and said she hoped to find a marriage like mine. The messages were flirty, intimate, filled with plans for hotel rooms and secrets I could never unsee. That night, my world cracked open. The confrontation was brutal. "How long?" I asked, my voice hoarse. He couldn't even look me in the eye. "It wasn't supposed to happen," was all he said. I snapped back. "You don't just trip and fall into an affair with my best friend, Mark." Confronting Lena was just as bad. She cried, saying, "It started with deep conversations. Sarah?" I couldn't believe it. Connected. "Lena, you sat at my kitchen table. You bought my honeymoon lingerie. And you were sleeping with him the whole time. There was no coming back from that." Mark moved out the next week, and the divorce was ugly. Before the ink was even dry, he had moved in with Lena. Then came the social media posts. Lena in his hoodies, them holding hands at brunch, laughing on a beach that used to be ours. I tried to keep my head down, for the kids. I told myself dignity was more important than being right. 6 months later, there was a knock at my door. It was Mark, there to pick up the kids, but he wasn't alone. Lena stood beside him, holding a box of chocolates with a smug little smile. "Hi, Sarah," she said brightly. "We thought it would be nice to talk in person." Mark gave me that fake, neutral look he always used when he knew he was wrong. "We just wanted to tell you face to face," he said. "We're getting married." Every word dropped like a stone in my stomach. "We're tired of people thinking this was just a nasty affair," Mark continued. "We're in love. We want to do it the right way." That's when I saw the ring on Lena's finger. It was his grandmother's ring, the one he'd given me. "Don't be dramatic, Sar," Lena chimed in. "This is a conversation. We'd love for you to come. And we have to insist the kids are there. It'll show everyone there are no hard feelings." A bitter laugh escaped me. "No hard feelings. You tore my family apart." Mark's jaw tightened. "You can't control who you fall in love with." I narrowed my eyes. "No. But you can try controlling your zipper next time." Lena gasped. "You don't have to be so cruel." Before I could say more, the kids ran outside, and I just watched them leave. That evening, Mark's mother, Patricia, called. "I heard you were exceptionally rude this morning," she said, her voice clipped. "Whatever your feelings, the children must attend. Don't make a scene. It wouldn't look good for you." I was fuming. "Maybe your son should have thought about the kids before he cheated on their mother." She sighed. "It's time to move on, dear." I just hung up. The next morning, I sat at my kitchen table, looking at the family photos on the fridge. The anger was gone. I couldn't waste my life on it. If they wanted me there, I would go for my kids. But I wouldn't go quietly. And I wouldn't go empty-handed. The wedding day arrived. I wore a simple navy dress, nothing flashy. The venue was beautiful, filled with white roses and golden light. I could hear the whispers as I walked in. Lena looked radiant, and Mark stood beside her, his chest puffed out. I sat through their hollow vows, barely breathing. At the reception, Lena glided over to me. "I'm so glad you came, Sar. See? Everything worked out for the best. I smiled. Of course. I brought a gift. It's something special. Her eyes lit up. Would it be all right if I said a few words before you open it? I asked, calmly. You said you wanted everyone to know this wasn't just an affair. I walked to the microphone, my knees surprisingly steady. I just want to say how happy I am for Mark and Lena, I began, holding my glass. It takes real courage to follow your heart, especially when it already belongs to someone else. A few guests chuckled nervously. Patricia downed her champagne. Lena's smile flickered. I spent a long time thinking about what to get you, I continued. How do you shop for a couple who already has everything? My husband, my best friend, and, apparently, no shame. The room went silent. So, I went with something sentimental, something to remind you of how it all began. I walked to the gift table, lifted the lid off a box, and pulled out a photo frame. I held it up for the room to see. It was a collage. Us with Lena, laughing at the park. Liana at my kitchen table, her hand on Mark's shoulder. Lena decorating our Christmas tree. And at the center, our wedding photo, Mark and I, young and in love. This is for your new beginning. Primera sa id simply, a beginning that was built on the ruins of mine. Gasps filled the room. Lena's face drained of color. Mark put his head in his hands. Cheers, darlings, I said, raising my glass. To true love, however you define it. I turned to my children. Come on, kids. Say goodbye to Daddy. And we walked out, heads held high. Later, Mark texted me. That was cruel. I replied, No, Mark. It was honest. Something you never gave me. They didn't last. Less than a year later, she cheated on him. Funny how that works. As for me, I don't regret it. It wasn't revenge. It was a reminder. Sometimes, you just have to stand tall and let the truth speak for itself, because the best revenge is dignity and a perfectly timed toast. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support.